Alright, so welcome back, guys, and welcome to your first time here. I'm Vision here with Blind Entertainment, bringing you guys another video. Today I'm going to be doing my comic cover reveals for The Walking Dead issue 195, as well as some other Walking Dead comic releases that are coming out later this year. So if The Walking Dead is something you're interested in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon. That way you don't miss any more Walking Dead content from me moving forward. Now let's begin. Like I said, we got the comic cover reveal for The Walking Dead issue 195. Now the synopsis for this issue reads, "The swordsman strikes. It's the end of the line for someone." Now I know right away when people looked at the cover, they immediately thought it was Negan. I don't know if I just had bad eyes or whatever, but for me, I thought it was Jesus, honestly. I thought it was Jesus. And I don't know who this is going to be. I'm going to stick with my theory that the next couple of issues are going to be Negan's story. I think issue 193, which comes out in a couple weeks, is going to be following Negan's story. Issue 192 or 194 will probably pick up where that ends. Maybe he meets Sheriff Kapoor at the end of issue 193. And issue 194, he's integrated into this new community with Sheriff Kapoor. And now you got the new sheriff introduced. And then what does the sheriff do? He fights crime. So maybe there's this attack on Negan. Now, one thing that I will say is I don't think Negan's dying. I think that, especially so close after losing Rick, it'd be such a big blow. As for this, I think it might be symbolism as to, like, the death of the old Negan and the rise of a new Negan. Maybe that's what it's symbolizing. I think maybe this swordsman is going to attack Negan, and then Kapoor maybe saves him or whatever. And this is like the rise of a new Negan in the comic series. That's my prediction right there. The cover, pretty cool. I hate black comic covers. They're the worst ones I think that any comic does. Because I just hate them because you get fingerprints all over them. And they're just not my favorite thing. The white and the black covers I hate. The white ones just because they're so bland and boring. The black ones just because you get fingerprints and everything all over them. So they're just kind of annoying for that reason. I hate them. I'm still going to get this book and collect the covers. But it's just, I hate the black cover. Now, the swordsman, I know some people might say, oh, it's going to be Michonne killing someone. I don't think so, because if you remember where we last left her, she didn't have her sword with her. It was back at Alexandria. While she's going to Alexandria, I'm still sticking to the idea that this is with Negan's story. I think issue 200 will be the funeral for Rick Grimes. I know a lot of people are saying that we're going to skip the funeral. I do not believe we'll skip the funeral. I think if you thought that issue 192 was a big issue, I think if they do the death or Rick Grimes' funeral in issue 200, that will sell a hell of a lot more than issue 192 did. Think about it. You got this volume. Take a break after the death of Rick Grimes. Follow Negan's story. Even in the letter hacks, I think Kirkman hinted that like Negan will be one of the main key players now. So maybe that's what he's going to do. Take a break. Reintroduce us to Negan in this new story arc. And we'll learn more about him. That's the way I'm looking at it. Is we're going to learn more about Negan. Now, granted, Kirkman could be lying. It could just be nothing. And just as this is Negan's reintroduction into this series, and I think that's needed right here now in a different way than just, you know, having him show up. I think we need to take a breather after the death of Rick Grimes, follow up on Negan, and then come back to the main story. Have his story somehow connect back with Rick's. I don't know how. Maybe the community that Negan's with is an antagonist. And then the Commonwealth and the communities have to band together to help Negan take this community down. I don't know. I think that'd be an interesting storyline to do. Or maybe this is something where the Commonwealth moves in to try to take over, and then they have to take down the Commonwealth or something. I don't know. We're at a weird area right now in the comics where you don't really know what they're doing. I feel like, well, Kirkman might have said he had Rick Grimes' death planned. I feel like he's kind of in a tailspin at the same time, not knowing where to take the story. And I think it has to do in big part as to introducing the Whispers, which caused a big issue in the story, because you can't really up the ante after the whispers. It just kind of hurts the story and just kind of makes it so that the next villains can't have to be even bigger. So I think Kirkman kind of hurt himself with the whispers. I know everybody loves the whispers and thinks they're great, but at the same time, I think they kind of hurt the story. Now, I do like the red in the contrast to the black on the cover. It's a cool cover, but just, I hate the black again. Just don't like it. I know fans will argue that it's cool looking, but to me, I just don't care for it. I know there's people saying maybe it's Sebastian. I don't think it's Sebastian. It'd just be pointless since, Carl just spared his life. It could be one of the other Commonwealth people, but still, it just feels too soon and, really? Now? Why didn't you just kill him earlier? I get it why people might think it's one of the Commonwealth soldiers or higher-ups, but it just is if you're going to kill him, why not kill him before and why hold it off till now? I'm sticking with my theory that it's going to be a whole Negan-centric arc for the next volume. Issues 193 to 198 will be a whole Negan-centric story arc. Then, maybe at the end of that, we get somehow he gets connected back to the ARC communities, and it's revealed he learns of Rick's death, and that's what brings him back to the community. And then in issue 199, you get him getting caught back up and seeing what has happened. And in issue 200 is the big funeral. I think that is how they're going to play this out. That's my predictions. In addition to that, we also got the reveals for Compendium's Forest cover, as well as the cover for book 16, the hardcover book. Now, I don't buy either of these things. I prefer when I first bought The Walking Dead, I did it in trade. I like the volumes a lot better. They're just a lot more simple. I feel like the compendiums, at least for me, are very, condensed, and you got a lot. I feel like it's a lot to take on at one time. Eventually, I do plan on getting the compendiums just to have to add to my collection. As for the cover for the compendium, look, I think it's perfect that they have Rick Grimes on it. Carl makes sense. But I find it really kind of annoying that they put characters like the princess, Mercer, and the governor, Milton, on the cover. I think that was stupid. I really didn't like that. Think about it. This is the compendium for these volumes. For issues, 145 to 192? Why not put Alpha on there? Why not put Beta? They were big characters. Yes, the Commonwealth people are big characters too, but Alpha was a huge player in this story arc in this compendium. Along with Beta, they should have put one of them on there. Put Eugene on there. He played a big role. Michonne, she played a huge role. Why weren't they put on here? I think that was I feel like, no offense to whoever made this decision, but I think that was stupid. Why not put one of the Whispers on the cover? You always have the opposite end be zombies. How cool would it be to see a zombified Alpha or Beta? That would have been cool. I wish they had done that. I think the characters besides Rick and Carl that they chose were stupid. Okay, you want to put the princess on? That's fine. I wouldn't probably ever had a problem with that. Mercer and the Governor Milton, I get annoyed at because they haven't done much so far. They're still new characters. So is Princess to an extent, but she's been around a little bit longer. Why not Negan on this cover? He played a big role too. Andrea, this is the last compendium that she could have been on. Why? Dwight even. You have all these characters to pick from, and you pick these 3 new characters that could have been put on the next compendium or later down the road. But why? It just frustrates me because I think that was stupid, and I just don't like it. It just frustrated me so much. Now, for the compendium, this comes out in October. I don't really know why they put it on the September solicitations kind of stuff. Probably just to get the word out and so people can get their orders out. Then you got the hardcover books. Now, these books are pretty much are the equivalent to 2 volumes, so I think it'd be Rest in Peace and then the Rotten Core. I think those are the 2 most recent ones that I cover. I don't read them, but I do have heard that they have some good posts, stuff other content in there that you don't get anywhere else. So in the future, I might get the books as well just to add to my collection. But as of right now, they're just not priority. Neither are the compendiums. I'm more of a single issue person and maybe volumes every now and then. Overall, I'm okay. It makes sense that Rick would be on this hardcover. Another thing I noticed with this hardcover is it looks gray. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the other hardcover books have been black. So I'm finding that interesting that they went with a different cover or a different color. But I'm okay with that. It looks interesting. These two things I don't really care too much about because I don't buy them, but I will add them to my collection in the near future or sometime down the line. So I still want to give my opinion on them. Overall, though, I think they're good and serve their purpose, and I hope if you're excited about them or want to pick them up, you are able to and are able to add them to your collection. But these are just my overall thoughts and opinions about the compendium and the hardcover book covers. So let me know about what you think about all this stuff in the comment section down below. So yeah, guys, those are my quick thoughts and opinions regarding the cover reveal for issue 195, as well as the cover reveals for the Compendium 4 of The Walking Dead and the hardcover book 16. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and share. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon. That way I don't miss any more future Walking Dead content from me moving forward. This has been Vision here with Blind Entertainment, and I'll see you next time.